Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm called the Big Game Hunter because I coach people and organizations to play their professional game big. And this is part of my tradition of doing a video about, well, I do one about job search lessons from the Super Bowl, and now I'm doing another one about hiring lessons from the Super Bowl. This being Super Bowl 50, of course. Now, there's one big takeaway I think you as a hiring firm need to take away from this game. Let me set a context. Carolina Panthers, best record in football. 17-1 going into this game. An opportunity to put their finishing touch on a great season. Great quarterback, Cam Newton, most valuable player in the league. Recently voted best coach in the league for the year, Ron Rivera. A great defensive team coming off an annihilation of a very good Arizona Cardinal team. Fan favorite, betting line favorite, huge favorite in this game. Playing an older team, a few young players, but generally an older team led by the oldest quarterback to ever play in a Super Bowl, Peyton Manning, who is coming off probably his worst season since his rookie year. More interceptions than touchdown passes, an injury that laid him up for quite a few weeks. Clearly on the back nine of his career, no arm strength to speak of. A new coach who had played for the team before, but his one head coaching opportunity failed miserably when the team lost, I think, 10 in a row to close out the season, and he got fired before the end of the season. So what winds up happening? Answer. All the old guys on the Denver side of the ball show up and beat the living crap out of the Carolina team that was so heavily favored. They beat them with an MVP performance from a young player, Von Miller, but they also beat them with their will, with their determination, and with their hard work, effort, and preparation. Get my point here? It's not always the bright, shiny object that you should be going for, the younger performer. You need to think about who has the talent to deliver what you need, not just simply, I think that young guy's going to be with us longer. Give me a break. How many young people have you ever seen stay at a job for any length of time? That's not part of the culture anymore, any more than it's part of your culture to keep people on board for long periods of time. You fire people when you don't need them, well, they leave, at points when they've had enough with your organization. They're not going to stay there until they're 65 and retire with a gold watch. What you want are performers who are smart, who can work well together and can deliver. I'm not saying young people can't do that, but you can't immediately dismiss older ones as being not worthy of being hired. I know, you don't believe in ageism, it's illegal, but the data shows it. Take a look at your staff and see how many people in the 50s and 60s are there in particular roles. I'm not talking about executives. Although many organizations, that's true, but in larger firms, executives tend to be older workers. As you start moving up the food chain in organizations, the number of people in their 50s and 60s clearly drops off the radar, and certainly in staff level roles, they're next to non-existent, while firms go for the younger workers, saying that we don't discriminate on the basis of age, we look at performance, and then they wind up rejecting people as not being a fit. This is how fit shows up in bias. So my encouragement to you is to wake up. Wake up to the behavior, not the speech, and start looking at whether this person can perform. If they can't, don't hire them, but just look at qualifications. Evaluate them for qualifications. Forget this notion of fit, because you're neither measuring your own people for fit, nor know how to measure people objectively for fit otherwise outside your organization. So I'll simply say it's guesswork. And like most guesswork, it's doomed to failure. Denver proved it. The betting line was strongly on Carolina. fan favorite, MVP quarterback, MVP coach. Who wins? The other team, Denver, led by a 40-year-old quarterback in one of his worst seasons, and a team of people with the will to win. I'm Jeff Altman. Hope you found this helpful. My website is thebiggamehunter.us. There's a lot more there that you can watch, listen to, or read to help you find work more quickly. If we aren't connected on LinkedIn, send a connection request to linkedin.com/IN/the-big-game-hunter. And if you're trying to hire someone, call me. My number is 646-374-8656, or email me at thebiggamehunter. Jeff Altman at thebiggamehunter.us. Hope you have a great